a production by Club Pickleball intended for members to try to learn the Titan Pro ball machine. Today we're going to go through 3 steps. The first step is the machine itself, how to use it on manual, and how to position it on the court. The second step is we're going to go over the app without it connected to the machine, with the intent that if we learn the app first, then we'll be very comfortable when it's working with the machine. And thirdly, we're going to go through a routine where we're connecting to the machine with our app, and now we're going to use it as if we are a member wanting to play. So first, the machine. I'm going to teach everybody how to use it on manual first, in case they come in and the machine is not connecting with your app or you're having problems. You can use it straightly on manual, and then you don't have to worry about the app. So first, to boot it up, you press lightly on the power button. This is the power button, this is the manual button, and these are ways to toggle when you're adjusting the machine. So I'll turn on the power button and it will initialize, and one needs to wait until it initializes. Something to know, this is hardcore to know, is when you're ready to use it, you can't have your app open. You need to have the machine on and initialized before you boot up your app. So now the machine has initialized, it's ready to go. Your choices are manual or app. We're just going to show you straight on manual. So you push manual and you get various toggles. It'll fire once, then just pause it. So the way you pause it is by hitting the power button again. Now it's ready to adjust on manual. You can toggle on manual between various choices, and these will also apply to the app. Your choices are the speed at which it fires the ball, the spin, and I would ignore spin when you're learning the machine. That's when you're more sophisticated. The height, this is critical. You will need to manipulate that. The feed is the rate at which it's throwing the ball at you. And if it's too fast, it's gonna frustrate you. So 5 is a great number. That means roughly every 5 seconds it's throwing a ball. Mirror, at this point, ignore mirror. It has to do with going to both sides of the court, ignore it. At this point, horizontal, ignore that. So speed and height are what are the most critical. So that's what you'll play with. Understand, if you change the speed, you may have to play with the height because it will throw the ball in a place that doesn't work. If you lower the height, you might have to increase the speed because it's gonna hit the net if you lower the height. So now I'm going to go over where the machine can be on the court. So now we're going to show where to position the ball machine on the court. This is where, on the tee line, where the baseline hits the center line, it will be during most of your practice. There's 2 other choices. If you want to do dinking, you can put it at the corner of the kitchen, and I'll walk it down to show you there. But here's where it is for almost all of the drills other than dinking drills. And here's where you want it to be. I'll just do one side. Here's where you want it to be if you're going to do dinking.
Say that again.
Another thing to understand as to the positioning of the ball machine, the app has the ability to show you where the balls will be thrown on your actual smartphone. That works when the ball machine is here at the tee line. When it's up at the dinking line, it does not work. It will not show you what the drill will be. So just keep that in mind. Don't get frustrated if you move it over to the corner of the kitchen and you're trying to use it and see where it's going to throw the balls. It doesn't have that ability to show you. First and foremost, when you're using the app, this is what the app looks like, Titan Pro. Do not download another app that says Titan Pro and it has pink lettering on it, that is not the Titan Pro you want. You want this Titan Pro app right here that has to be downloaded on your machine. Best to do it before you even come into the club. Once you have it, and you can do this at home without connecting to the machine, you want to open it up. It says connecting to Titan, and I hit skip. So now I can just practice using the app without even being near the machine. You have two basic choices. You have pre-installed practice drills, and they're numbered D1 through D18. Some phones will show D1 through D12. Doesn't matter. There's an app library where you have a ton of apps. My apologies. You have a ton of practice drills you can use. If you just touch the highlighted green D5, D4, or D3, any of those drills on the left side, it immediately starts the drill. If you want to see what the drill is, you go on to the right side and click on a drill. We'll do 2 shot center, for instance, D5. So now I can see that I have 2 balls, S1, S2. S stands for shot. So I have 2 of these shots because this is the number of shots. Loops is the number of shots. So here I can see I have S1, 2 of those, S2, 1 of those. And if you want to see what it will look like, you hit shot first, the little green arrow. And if you look up here, now it's showing you where it's throwing those balls. And then the next one will be that one, deeper in the court. So that's how you use the app in a very simple way. If you want to get more sophisticated, you can add more shots to the S1, more numbers of S2. You can also press over here. There, I decreased it by 1. You can also push on the right side of the screen somewhere, play with it until you find the spot, and you now can really influence the machine in a way you couldn't on manual. I can play with the speed, the height, all here while I'm not even next to the machine. I can have my paddle in my hand and be waiting for the machine to fire. And if you put your finger on the number, the highlighted green number, and you can slide it to increase it or lessen it. So that's how you increase the speed and lessen the speed. Same thing for height. Want to increase the height? You click on it and slide it or lower it. Again, at this point, just focus on speed and height. Don't worry about horizontal, spin, but also be aware of feed. I have it every 7, well, the 7 is connected to 40 seconds. So I incorrectly told you the 5 meant 5 seconds. There's a correlation between the numbers, and if you want to see what it is, look at the number and then see what it's telling you. So 7 is every 4 seconds. If I go up to, for instance, height, the height is 28 degrees, but you're going to have to play with all of these to get familiar with them before you're like, okay, I've got it. I understand what it's going to do. When you're done adjusting it any way you want, and I would recommend when you come in and you've got the machine up and running, you just use the regular ones, such as, you also have a choice to save it. If you've changed it and you want to save it, you can save it, just like that. So I would suggest you come in, and just to see what they do, you hit the number, and that will start the machine, and watch what it does, and then you can go in and adjust it the way you want it. So now we're going to pretend that we're a member coming in to use the machine. So I've come in, I want to use the machine. I've positioned the machine on the court where I want it, at the center line. First thing I do is I boot up the machine. Do not boot up your app. Make sure your app is closed. So I come over, I press the power button lightly, and it starts. I have to wait for it to initialize. It's critical to understand the sequencing is important. The machine has to be booted first and initialized before you bring the app up on your phone. So now It's booted, it's ready to go. I could either go to manual, but I don't want to. I want to use the app. So now I'm going to fire up the app. I'm going to connect to the Titan. I'm going to say use app drills. It's going to synchronize the drills. And there are different versions of the Titan Pro 1 app. So understand, if it's not exactly identical to this, it's very similar to this, and you'll recognize most of it when you see it. So now if I come in and I see that I'm ready to go, if I hit the D5, start, it takes a minute, it will start firing the balls. Also critical to understand, don't judge if the machine is working the way you want it on the first 2 or 3 balls. Fire at least 4 balls. See, that was a very wonky ball. Fire at least 4 balls and then say, okay, that's working. So this is working fine. If I want to work on baseline drives, I'm going to pause it. So now I've paused the machine. Now say I want to influence it. I want to alter what I just saw. I go here to D5 again. I'm now in this screen. I say, well, you know, maybe I want more speed and less height. So I click over here on the right side. I'm going to increase the speed. Now I'm up to 35 miles an hour. And because I've increased the speed, I may lower the height a little so it's not hitting the back wall. So then I go down a little bit. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to try to see if that worked. I'm going to save it. Some of the programs, some of the apps have the ability to test it. And that's a button down at the bottom of the screen. You're welcome to try that. It's worked on some phones, but not on others. Start executing the drill. Yes. There we go. So now it's faster and still hitting back where I would think that's very good. So again, I had to adjust both height and speed. One thing that's also critical that I forgot to mention, when you turn off the machine, and I'll repeat this again when we do it, you want to push the power button and hold it. That's how you shut it down. You touch it lightly to start it, you push and hold it to stop it. Wonderful ability of when you're in the drill library that this app has is you can go to YouTube and actually see what the drill is and how you should use it. And how you do that is you click on the right side. YouTube is going to come up with instructions on the drill, what it is, and how best to use it. If you get lost in any of this, on the web, you can Google Titan Pro John Cincola, C-I-N-C-O-L-A. He is the creator of most of these apps. He does a great job explaining them and what he likes best. But to see what they are in the drill library, click on an example. Roll volley I'll use right here. And up comes YouTube. And then up comes the actual, up here, the actual drill.
I'm going to introduce you to drill number 6 on your Titan ball machine. The roll volley, alternating forehand and backhand, the right side. Set up for this drill.
Wonderful. So you have those YouTube videos associated with all of those various practice drills. It's wonderful. It really is a powerful tool. My advice for all of you is don't connect to the machine. Use this at home. Go through what the drills are. Decide which ones you really like. Pick out 2 or 3. Know those are the ones you want to use when you come in. And then you come in with a plan. Really good to say, okay, I'm going to try this drill, this drill, this drill. And you might wind up using all 3, but you might wind up just using 1 or 2 because you want to play with it to get it the way you actually want it. So come in with a plan. Do the steps that I talked about. Make sure the machine is booted first before you boot up the app. and then have a blast. It's a really great machine.